weekend. Today's the last day actually. I've been giving away airtime to 2 lucky winners.
Angaleni AJ anashanga. What the fuck? Tuko wapi hapa juu? If for me now, bo. Buda ona banka nguo imeshona. Nimesoma. Kuna hii interview fulani ya Buruklyn Boys. Okay, I'll also talk about it in a separate video. I had many cringe moments, and that's why I need to talk about it. So let me just see what nione kama naipata. Nimeiona hapa kwa history sahi. Yeah, kuna hii video ya Buruklyn yenye walienda Base Radio studio. So it's typically what we see in radio or what we hear in radio, but ase kumbuka wanashanga movement mingi na happen. Wanashanga how do they keep up with the mainstream? So they shoot a video, and when you watch the behind the scenes, inakufanya one maze mainstream radio is dead, mainstream media is dead. Let me just get to it, and then maybe we can find that video for Buruklyn Boys later. So niliona hii video wameenda venye unaweza enda interview kwa radio station. Obviously miss Jawai enda. Okay, so the bottom line is this. First of all, before I get to my point, check mnaona hizi panels huko kwa wall. These are the ones which help with absorbing echoes and making sure that you get clean sound into your audio. So one of the best things that you could do for me, just hop on the description box for this video. You can find our shop if you're trying to get acoustic foam panels. We can sort you out on that one. If you're also trying to achieve soundproofing, we can also do that. Second link in the description box, the one that leads you to Gigi. Make sure to check that out. Na nitakuplug mbaya sana. So with regards to this interview that I saw Buruklyn Boys in Base Radio studio, literally presenter angeinterject, alete story haiwahusu, alete advert, na hizi ndizo vitu nasema. This is why I'm even creating this platform. I said we'll do 10k no features kwanza. So we're gonna do 10k no features before I can bring in artists over here, because this is the I want to say these profanity words. This is the shit that we don't that makes you be like fuck enya tutaenda mbali, because hakuna venye utafanya interview na say in such a setup in the very controlled media way that you do and expect to get the best out of them. Okay, mimi naweza picture an ideal interview na say nimefika kwa studio yao, wanaroga mali tu wanapikia, place yako at home ama place unajua anafanya vitu zina nice. Kama anahitaji kuwa na blunt imeroliwa, bro, make sure umemletea hiyo blunt. Kama anahitaji some lean, if he needs some drink with him, lete your drink. Na pia wewe usikae hapo ati umetulia uko rigid. Pia wewe kuwa loose na yeye, yani interact with him on a homeboy level, like chill tu kani beshte yako. That's when you can get the best out of these guys or any other artist. So let me just play small bits. I'll also forward to other places.
Before nasemanga napeleka moja hadi this place to this place, and you're in Kenya uko pale Kayolo umecho. It's the same thing with Buruklyn. Wameleta UK, wametoa huko, wameleta Kenya. 50958 is Buruburu, that's where they come from. And in the building we have Mr. Right and AJ. That's basically the entire crew of Buruklyn Boys. Pia nasikia kuna mwana anaitwa Young Ogwe. Literally. So according to what I've been told here, so I have them in the studio with me. So ni Young Louis. Oh, mbona inasema Ogwe, I don't know who that is. I'm like, hili jina gani? Huwa kuna Mr. Right, AJ. Alafu mwingine kuna jina kijelo na shanga for. But to each their own. Mko fiti? Huwa mwacharaza na kabaridi.
Ajam.
Oh, this is quite interesting. Now, you guys know my best friend. Moas. Hapo ndo nilitoa namba yenyu, that's where I get my silver from, so he's my best friend, and I was like, unajua wase sasa bas nitakutumia uwalete.
Let me make sure it's loading something clean. Let me make sure that it's loading something clean.
So thank you so much, guys, for coming. And I'd just love to know a little bit about Buruklyn Boys, speaking from a person who does not know anything about you guys apart from the music. I would love to know, how did you guys come up together as Buruklyn, and what inspired you to dive into basically the drill scene? Anybody can respond to that.
Okay, so nitaikatia hapa alafu I'll also forward to ile part. Maybe me niliona nikona it was a bit off. It was very off. So these, man, I can imagine if you're an artist or if you're like Buruklyn Boys, ile place wamekuwa na for the years that they've been in the industry, hizi maswali wamezisikia over and over. Like, how did Buruklyn Boys start? How did nini? Like, hizi ni vitu hata na boyka kuanza kujibu, because it's so cliche. Like, you're not even trying to, unajua, and I do understand it's mainstream media. They are very, very, unajua wako controlled sana. Wanawaki na very corporate way. Kuna system. Ni kitu repeated imefanya for years after year. Really, when I look at this and I hear this, I can hear this is the same kind of script that was happening in 2010. Who knows, this could be the same script that was happening in 2005. These guys lack evolution to a very, very, very huge degree. Now, this is also a topic that I'm speaking about more often on this channel. Nasema venye mainstream media wana struggle against independent content creators, because independent content creators are able to get the authentic self of these other artists or any other person that they may interview. Hii ndio tofauti na mse kama na, let's say for example, if these guys went to which platform can I think of? Seme tu wameenda place kama mic check. Ni mic check. Seme wameenda mic check. That's just an example of maybe other places that naweza fikiria off the top of my head. Pia hizi maswali man wameboeka kuzisikia all over and over again wakiulizwa. Sikia.
Tulimit hizo time tulikuwa high school na nini ilipata kama kila msichana rap, so tukiwa young mavijana.
And then once again, sorry, I just need to interject. Kuna msee aliniambia kwa comment section ya video nyingine, ananiambia, hey bro, you need to stop overposing, you are posing too much. And guess what, me I listen, because if I'm trying to build a community, we have to work with feedback. Tengeneza kitu, pelekea fans, sikia feedback yao, urudi, work on that. Look at what parts you want to improve from that. Look at what maybe you can't change from that. Maybe just as zingine msee anaweza suggest kitu kwa outrageous, but where someone gives you feedback na ujue ni mtu enjoy content yako, actually you need to be taking these kinds of feedback. So sorry, the person who commented something like that will actually acha nimtaje. Hiyo ndio kitu nataka ku make difference na hii spotlight anaitwa aje, his name is Dodi Fayed 21. Okay, I appreciate you watching these other video. No, if video within ya 1 hour, just watch it. I dropped a banger video back to back. The video is titled The Worst Two Man Ever Seen in Nairobi, and then it featured kina Passport Bros. So please kama una form ama unataka form, mimi nishakutolea form, ni wewe tu hujafika, wewe ndio watch your video. Anyway, Dodified 21 said constructive criticism, awesome content, but don't overpose my bro, the interjections are too much, also you keep rewinding to the same points, otherwise awesome video bro. So hey bro, mimi naku appreciate sana for even taking the time to comment. He even said he even echoed something I said about in that video. Boys alikuwa naitwa Austin, tukamdropia A tukampea L. That's why he said Lostin not Austin is crazy. Okay, so I do appreciate him. Anyway, let me get back to this thing. First of all, one of the disconnects that I found here, who presenter anasema just tell me about Buruklyn Boys, because mimi sijawasikia sana, mimi tu nimesikia muziki yenu. Just sikia tu hapa.
Music. Walete. So thank you so much, guys, for coming. And I'd just love to know a little bit about Buruklyn Boys, speaking from a person who does not know anything about you guys apart from the music.
So he said, speaking from a person who doesn't know anything.
I'd love to know how. Speaking from a person who does not know anything about you guys apart from.
Speaking from a person who does not anything about you guys. You see, I see why that would looks like a good move, but essentially you're just killing the vibe, because guess what? This will be a very, very entertaining interview had it been someone who actually knows about Buruklyn Boys, who knows what they are up to, who knows what they've done maybe year after year. Kama sayu jo amerelease match, bro, I'm the person for this job. Mi ndio nikichill na ase tutaongea on some very human level. Cheki mmetoa hii match rada ni kama ido, ni kama Kasongo ametupeleka na ifo, mmesema hapana, if anything what you're gonna do, mmesema hamdedi Kenya, mtakuwa mnachukua flights naona mmeingia biz mbaya. Okay, mimi ningefanya vitu kama hizo. Okay, tunabonga yani tu on a very, very human level. Hata at some point we even play a beat to try to freestyle. That's what people want to see. Now I'll forward. This was just some basic BS.
Akulo bombe kwa yesa.
Ina sound fresh.
Alafu pia nini hizi countries zingine pia zinafanya drill na language zao si English pekee, so like inakuonyesha penye mnaweza fanya yenu, mnaweza create kitu yenu.
Sawa. Nimeona hii place. Kuna hii place unaona kina AJ hawafanyi vitu mob, wametulia tu, because hiyo time ndio analeta ad.
Mtu anasikia maneno kama for example Daiso mtu akweleka, okay, let me create. Please listen to Mr. Right with Ijuma, because it's exactly.
Okay, just acha tusikia the build up to that.
Beat kama hii wakwe creative, mtu anasikia maneno kama for example Daiso mtu akweleka, okay, let me create a lyric based on this word. So when you come back, I'd love to know your creative process as Buruklyn Boys. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, please listen to Mr. Right with Ijuma, because it's exactly on Friday. Then after that is Nesmburu with Pweza, Nesmburu na Pweza with Chini ya Maji, because it's exactly 20 minutes past 8 p.m. Na kama kawaida, my love, keep it Base Radio.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Ijuma.
Pweza featuring Nesmburu.
Sijasikiza hiyo ngoma inaitwa Ijumaa. Okay, tutaisikiza, but unaona hiyo time ya break tu ametulia hivi tu
with Chini ya Maji, and coming right up is AJ from Buruklyn Boys with
unachiki
Only Rude, alafu Kana Mama Yako by Benzema, Demore and Nelly the Goon. That is Ochunglo family. But for the past 2 weeks, this is the last week and today's the last day actually, I've been giving away airtime to 2 lucky winners.
Angaleni AJ anashanga, what the fuck, tuko wapi hapa juu, Ifomina bo cheki, she's shouting out sijui other artists ati kuna ngoma ya Demo which you are about to play. It's very, very robotic, hata na cheki squad yao ni kama hata squad yao haingefika nao hapa. Unahitaji ase wakwe, you need the environment to be primed for them. Unahitaji place and feel at home. For you to get the best out of them, you need to have the environment. Hapa angekuwa na mbogi yake, by the way, wangekuwa najibamba sana, but unaweza tell it's a very, very controlled space. I'm going to take you to the place I want to show you.
And us is radio, and M-Pesa recently turned 18 years. No alipiga bash moja proper on the 21st of March pale Uhuru Park for 18 hours non-stop.
Yeah,
and all you have to tell me is, why M-Pesa not cash? Why do you prefer transacting with M-Pesa and not cash via 071625?
Hey, Mr. Right, unaangalia weather. Mr. Right anajipea form na shukrani ama anacheza Candy Crush.
50933. Don't forget to use the hashtag M-Pesa Nation and M-Pesa at 810. Now, if you've just tuned in, my name is Atieno, and today in the studio with me is Buruklyn Boys, Tanonani from Buruburu 58. And we were basically talking about their creative process. There are those people who are creative, Aksha City, Stajitaja. kuna wale watu wenye wako creative
Nadhani nilipenda hii part
asubuhi,
kidogo.
maybe God amewapea something in a dream and they're creative, so I'd love to know about your creative process. Inakwangaje?
Sema tu hivyo venye tu umesema tukisha maybe kushachoma.
Hey, AJ anasema bro, my creative process. Mi nikisha weekend bake. Mi nikibake tu na niko hapa tu karibu na mic na producer tu anafanya mambo yake, mi nitapika. Anasema yeye anapika.
Kuna wale wakichoma wana record.
Wanakuwa creative.
Yeah, pia wanakuwa creative. Pia kuna wale wakikunywa still wanakuwa creative. Lakini ina depend vile tu umezoea.
Na depend to me, for me naeza prefer kuchoma cause like ukichoma unakuwa relaxed na laid man, so
Yeah.
alafu pia ikikupata mse kama mimi ni mse napenda space yangu kwa studio, so like nikiwa solo niniendo time like naeza create vitu vizuri.
Speaking of kuchoma, we have the king of kuchoma, Bensoul, who will be having his event pale Mass House on the 20th, guys. If
No. This is actually the moment I wanted to bring you guys to. Actually nafunga hii video after 8 days. Ni hii point. Ametumia hiyo point ameongelesha, and then she brings up an advertisement from that conversation. Sikia. Nuangalie venye Mr. Right anakatsika. Hata angalia AJ man.
Vizuri.
Speaking of kuchoma, we have the king of kuchoma, Bensoul, who will be having his event pale Mass House on the 20th, guys. If you don't have a clue, the first ticket is sold out. The second tier of the ticket is sold out. The first one was 14.
Bro, did you see that giggle? Did you see that smirk on AJ's face? Let me just pull it up.
Don't have a clue. The first ticket is sold out. The second tier of the ticket is sold out. The first one was 1420. The second one was 2,500, and the third tier is 3,000 shillings. So get them. So AJ, ilionekana kwa story.
Bro, ushamuua spirit, ushamuua mali alikuwa anaenda, ushaua the train. You've already killed the train of thought that he was going with this, man. You've killed the train of thought that was going with this. Anyway, this is just an example of many other variations of what you can expect, and why mainstream media really can't compete with independent content creators. Ni hizi vitu ndogo ndogo zinakaa bedhe vitu meja, but ni vitu ndogo ndogo jo, very small things that go a long way. Anyway, I found that to be cringe. Pia sijui kama atataja kitu ingine
Stories ya Bensoul. So nta kujua muli kwa muna seti.
They don't want to be associated with Bensoul because it's not even the same. They don't make the same kind of content. If they fuck with each other or not, I don't know, but I can sense that, man, they are not fucking with that.
Ama, there's something you guys are coming up with. Are we going to see you guys as a surprise guest on the 20th? Nipeleke na rada.
Anyway, ni hiyo tu nilikuwa nataka mcheki tuko hiyo section. Anyway, ilinibo sana. Na wacha nitafute hiyo video ya Buruklyn Boys.